rituals are you gonna perform here?
No ritual at all. We just need to kill some time.
Eh?
Wait, you didn't take all that vengeful god's curse stuff seriously, did you? They were eradicated ages ago. You saw those two. One thinks he's been cursed, and the other one believes his friends turned into an evil spirit. It's hard to reason with them. Now you see why I believe that ordinary folks should be kept in the dark. I've seen too many people lose their senses on account of things like this. If you want to calm them down, you need to convince them with something tangible. And the best way to do that is to make a great show of destroying the boogeyman they believe in before their very eyes.
Sounds like that might work. If you were trying to cheer up a 3-year-old. Why would you ask that? Paimon just wants to know why we can't tell everyone the truth.
Because you can't guarantee that telling an ignorant person the truth will improve the situation instead of exacerbating it. What I can do is pretend to pull back anyone who believes their time is nigh. But since the curse is imaginary, our fix will also be make-believe.
Makes sense. But why would anyone believe that it's a curse?
Do you know the history of the Yaksha? They once fought against the ancient gods. They fought brilliantly in a battle that engulfed the whole world in darkness. Although the gods were defeated in the end, their resentment persevered. That resentment turned into a pestilence spreading amongst the ordinary folk. Hysteric people mistook it for the curse of the gods. The plague took the lives of many, which only furthered its spread, as the dead were a breeding ground for the disease. Then someone discovered how to prevent it from spreading, purify the air, and burn the bodies of the deceased. The pioneers of these practices were, you guessed it, the founders of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Paimon didn't see that coming. Really?
Yes. Anyway, it took many years, but eventually the plague was completely eradicated. We've dealt with similar phenomena multiple times throughout the ages. Each time we successfully restored the balance between life and death. To sum it up, we are gatekeepers, guarding the border for the sake of both the living and the dead. So when I say this curse is just a figment of the imagination, I say it with more certainty. Go telling people that the ancient plagues were real, or it would incite panic. Anyway, let's wait a bit more and get ready for the show. This leyline monolith will make for a really great prop. Ah, you're finally here! We just finished our preparations. Now, look here. This device is used to drive away evil spirits. It'll absorb the curse inside you and cause it to take a physical form. But don't worry, the traveler here is a seasoned warrior and will assure our safety. Oh, right. I forgot to...
Will that really solve my problem?
Trust the director. She might look like a weirdo, but she's serious about everything she does.
How can you call me a weirdo? I mean, wouldn't you say it's more charmingly naive or disarmingly different? All right, let's get down to business. My glamorous assistant, please activate the device.
Is it really possible to materialize the curse?
Scraps of color, scatter!
I'm counting on you!
No, my sword! Nice.
Time for retribution!
Opening box of Adepti Tricks.
tomato. How are you feeling? Did the curse leave your body?
Yes, I feel more invigorated than ever before. I'm cured. I can't express how grateful I am for your and the Traveler's help. If it hadn't been for you, the curse would have taken my life.
Great. In which case, I guess now I can tell you. You've been pranked!
What?
This exorcism device? People like you wouldn't recognize it, but it's just an old ley line monolith deceptively effective at attracting monsters. And those were real monsters, not a manifestation of your curse. So riddle me this. If I didn't do anything to lift the curse, then what's the cause of your sudden recovery?
The curse wasn't real?
Well, you caught a cold, ate something bad, or just scared yourself sick. It's anyone's guess, but I'm leaning towards the last option. Wouldn't be the first time in my career.
How unexpected.
I also didn't expect that, but still, I'd like to thank you.
Don't mention it. I found a way to deal with your fears this time, but I can't do it over and over again, so I'd appreciate it if you try not to give in to superstitions in the future. Human life is short. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Wow, what a weird thing to say. I shall head back. I'm sorry for troubling you.
I feel relieved to see that it wasn't Big G's doing. However, unless he crosses the border, there will be no end to his antics. Since we are done with the matter at hand, can we resume our search for Big G?
I believe that won't be needed. He found us first.
Big G?
I didn't mean to bother you. Any of you.
This is Big G? He's just a child?
Oh, well, he is a spirit. It's quite... Let's bring him back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
After all that's happened, Paimon's not even sure what's going on anymore.
Actually, I'm not surprised in the slightest. It was a twist of fate that made him leave Wuwang Hill in the first place.
This explanation...
Actually,
Huh?
Don't ever question...
I just wanted to check up on my friends. That's why I came to Liyue Harbor. I promise I wasn't up to any mischief. I never wanted to scare anyone. A few days ago, some people came to Wuwang Hill on a dare. I heard them saying they come from Liyue Harbor, so...
It must have been poor Lo Chung that you followed. Maybe he didn't notice you, but he could...
I was...
Well, I assume so, otherwise he wouldn't have been scared half to...
Yeah, Hu Tao and Meng were...
Oh,
Now that you mention it, Big G always had a poor sense of direction.
So, why didn't you just...
It's too high for me.
That's right, yes! He used to be so... You haven't changed a bit.
I knew I wasn't supposed to show myself to the living, and with so... I wouldn't have found you if it weren't...
I'm so relieved that you haven't become an evil...
Like I said, don't ever doubt my professional instinct.
But he just said he wanted to...
Well, if that's the case, Meng and I will escort Big G back to...
They're all friends. Can't we just...
I wouldn't want ordinary folks to become superstitious. The less they know, so be careful what you say when you...
Are we really going with Hu Tao's plan? At least by keeping things low-key, we won't be giving anyone nightmares.
Oh, you. Sorry, I won't be... I don't know why he started working for Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor. To be honest, but he must have had his reasons. He's on his own. Did he tell you about...
Yeah, he did. If you could pick one thing to give to Big... Just, theoretically speaking. We're just being hypothetical.
I'd cook something for him. Oh, he could eat spicy food like no other. I can make it for you. I'm sure he'd appreciate...
Deal!
Julian chilies are a Great, this should be enough. I'll get started on the Julian chili chicken. I guess you've got other folks to track down? When everyone's ready.
Great! How did he know?
That's true. It didn't take long for his good friends, but I know there's nothing we can say to help him get over it. So...
How did you know?
I'm a businessman. Everyone hears the name Moo Moo and thinks I must be dim-witted. I never heard the end of it when I set up shop. But I'd say I proved a few people wrong. Here, take this. It's a top-of-the-line toy box we all dreamed of owning as kids. But today, business is booming.
Wow, you must be...
For me, it's a memento. So, having found me, I guess you'll be...
We already saw Little Woo. Now...
I see. If it's Songzi you're after, let's meet at the overpass. I've got an errand to run.
You're all here.
Reminiscing about old times.
Our hometown was completely destroyed in a disaster, so we've got nowhere to go back to. Now, home is wherever friends are.
They've just been telling me. I make artists in Xiaoland. A few days ago, I bought some quality. I've already spoken to the manager. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me?
Seems like you already know what's going on. Be back in a jiffy.
He's a class act, that one. Bang! You do know
just like to make people smile.
Quan, I want a new toy.
Aye, the Plostrite.
All tasks have been handed out as I gaze. How relaxing.
Hey, who's that skulking around?
Doesn't seem like they're here. Look, doesn't seem like they're here. Let's look someplace else. These look like what Sungza was talking about. Let's head back. All tasks have been handed out.
Who's that skulking around?
My thanks to both of you. Okay, I wrote all 5 of our names, no matter what the...
As for the matter of Big G,
But and that the things we once spoke of, they've all come to pass.
Thank you. What Big G is... We got everything we need. Let's go to Wulong Hill and find Hu Tao and the others.
Oh, you're back already. You didn't go spill.
Does Paimon look that up?
Nevertheless, when it comes to things like ghosts and ghouls, spirits and souls, the one thing everyone knows is you never know what to expect, which explains why they were reluctant to pry and find out the full story. Which is just as well. Guard the border between life and death.
So what about us? Does it matter if we cross the border?
Of course not. After all, you were caught up in all this already, just like Mung. It's not the end of the world if you can. And where we're going, don't be surprised. All of it exists within the border between the living and the dead. An ordinary place, really. Whatever you do, don't get all worked up over nothing, okay? Or else by the time we're out, I'll have to erase your... So listen to everything I...
Paimon's scared, but like Hu Tao says... Wow! What is this place?
were close to death, but not like the hell or underworld from the tales of old. This is just a place where the ley lines tend to go a little bit haywire. So keep your cool. Follow me. The farewell ceremony site is just up ahead.
That pattern looks familiar.
From the right angle, you can make out the whole thing.
Oh, just like last time.
That's why it's named the border. You can't just cross whenever you please. You need to have a little... how do people normally put it? Pomp and ceremony?
I'm pretty sure that's not how people put it.